Once you have found the eBay market worth and success ratio of your items, it's time to create a listing strategy or a plan for how to list your item on eBay. There are two basic types of listings on eBay: auctions or fixed price listings. An auction is your typical type of eBay listing, where you set a duration and a start price, and then buyers will bid on the product until the end date. A fixed price listing, on the other hand, is where a seller sets the exact amount that they want out of the product, and then they set the duration for the item. There is no bidding, there is only a buy it now price that they can purchase the product at. Using our previously researched product as well as two sample items, I'm going to show you the difference between listing strategies among these three different items. The first product that we have is the Dance Central Xbox game. This product has an eBay market worth of $51.33, and it has a success ratio of 92% of 118 listings. As you can see from our research, that this product is very high in demand. There are a lot of buyers that are interested in it because 92% of the listings in the past 2 weeks have sold. The product has a market worth of about $51, and so my listing strategy is going to be based upon the success ratio and market worth of this item. Because I know that it has a high success ratio, I know that if I create a good listing, I will get plenty of potential buyers to my ad. Because of that, I want to create an auction style listing. Now, the duration of an auction style listing can be 1, 3, 5, 7, or 10 days long. For the most part, you want to list auctions as 7-day listings. A 10-day listing will cost an additional 40 cents, so if you feel that you can get 40 cents worth of bids in those final 3 days, then you can go ahead and list a 10-day listing. Otherwise, you should list a 7-day listing for your auctions. Now, 7-day listings are the best because it gives the most exposure to your item. 7 days gives a whole week for buyers to find your product, while a 1-day listing would only give your buyers 1 day or 24 hours to find your particular product. So I have an auction style listing. I'm going to list it for 7 days. I want to end the listing on a high traffic time, so preferably a Sunday through Thursday during the evening is going to be the highest traffic time for me to find buyers online. And finally, I'm going to set my starting bid, and my starting bid is going to be 1 penny. Now, the reason I'm going to start this auction out at 1 cent is for two reasons. The first reason is to attract attention. Whenever your product is inexpensive, you are going to drive a lot of traffic to your listing because a lot of interested buyers are going to see how inexpensive your particular product is. The second reason that I'm going to start out my auction at a penny is because of the way that insertion fees work. The lower your starting price, the less money you pay in eBay fees. So a 1 cent starting bid is going to have the lowest insertion fee possible. Now, a lot of people will be concerned with starting their item out at a penny. You can notice that this particular product is worth $51. It seems very risky to start the bidding out at 1 penny. What if you only had one bidder that came along, and what if you had to sell that product at 1 cent? The risk is managed by utilizing your completed listing research. Looking back at my research, I can see that 92% of 118 items sold. That tells me that this particular product is very high in demand and will not sell for very much less than the market worth. Whenever you're researching a product, you should only start the bidding out at 1 cent if you see that your product has a very high demand. Otherwise, you're going to be better at starting the bidding out at a higher amount. Moving on to the second product in this example. Using sample item number 1, I see that this particular product has a market worth of $25 and a success ratio of 1 to 29. Now, because this item has a very low success ratio, a fixed price listing is going to be much better because we can set the price for this particular item. Fixed price listings can be listed up to 30 days, and for the majority of your items that are fixed price listings, you will want to list them as 30-day listings. 30 days gives the most potential time for buyers to find your item. Especially in this particular case, you can see that if only 1 out of 30 sold in the past 2 weeks, it's best to give it a long duration so that more buyers can find this item and purchase it if they're interested. Now, the day that you end a fixed price listing is not important. Unlike an auction where there's going to be a large influx of bids during the final hours, a fixed price listing can be purchased at any time. Because of this, I'm just going to put start anytime. Finally, I need to determine the pricing for my listing. As you can see from the completed listing research, this sample product has an eBay market worth of $25. However, we can also see that only 1 out of 30 listings actually sold. So in order to maximize the selling potential of this item, I need to price the item at or below the market worth of the product. In this case, I'm going to list it for $23. I'm also going to allow best offers on the item. Best offers allow buyers to negotiate the purchase price of an item with the seller. As the seller, you can either accept, decline, or counter offers sent to you on your listings. Last of all, I need to determine a listing strategy for sample item number 2. This is an example of a product where completed listing research is limited. Maybe you are selling a rare antique or a custom-made piece of jewelry. If you can't find enough research on your product, then the best listing strategy for your item is to create a 30-day fixed price best offer listing. Fixed price listings are good for unique products because it allows the seller to determine the sale price of the item. 30-day listings are the best duration for a fixed price listing because the insertion fee for the listing is the same cost regardless of the duration. And finally, allowing best offers on unique products is a great way to see what eBay buyers consider your item worth, as well as it allows you to negotiate a sale with potential buyers. So if I was going to create a listing for this sample product, I would create a 30-day fixed price best offer listing listed at the price that I want out of the item. In this case, that would be $100. Then, depending on how many views and offers I receive, I could also negotiate the final sell price with a potential buyer. In summary, the majority of the products you sell are going to fall within 2 listing strategies. High demand products with good success ratios and lots of sold items should usually be listed as a low starting price, 7-day auction, ending during a high traffic time for its target market. On the other hand, products that have a low to average demand or products that did not provide enough completed listing research should be listed as 30-day fixed price best offer listings. Once you have determined a listing strategy for your products, proceed to the next step.